2022 is soon coming to a close, and people are talking about their AOTY, aka Agency of the aka Anime of the Year. And obviously, there is no objective answer. I mean, except she professed herself pupil of the wise man. Truly the anime of all time. On a more serious note, excellent year. Bocchi stuck the landing. Chainsaw Man? Insane. At least most of the time. Kaguya was paper on fire. Even some of the ones where not that many people were talking about were very decent. But there is this one anime that kinda flew under the radar, overshadowed by other big releases that were coming out at the same time, and it had a very botched release of its own. And you can thank Disney for that. Summertime Render, or as it is known in English, Summertime Render Inc., is the first ever anime that Disney secured the distribution rights to, which is great, except when they decide not to distribute the anime. So Disney started airing the episodes on Japanese Disney Plus in April. On schedule, everything is perfect. It releases on TV, a few hours later it's up on Japanese Disney Plus. There is a small issue with this though. There are more countries in the world than Japan. Thankfully Disney realized this small oversight, and in June they pushed the series to Southeast Asia. Now skip to the end of September, Summertime Rendering just had its last episode released. The series finished airing, and there hasn't been a single episode released globally. So how can I watch this? Well, you have two options. Your first option is taking a plane, going to Australia, making a Disney Plus account, and enjoying the series. I don't think I need to mention what the other option is. So, what is the show about? Summertime Render follows main character Shinpei as he returns to his birthplace for the funeral of his childhood best friend Ushio. After he attends the funeral, he spends time consoling Ushio's younger sister Mio. Then he gets a phone call from one of his friends, and this is where the plot of the show starts, cause Shinpei learns that what he thought was a natural death might have been a murder. Even more mysteriously, before Ushio died, she and Mio saw what looked like another Ushio. So, some sort of doppelganger is running wild in an island and might have murdered someone. So, what do you do in this case? You go to the police? Well, no, they investigate on their own. They soon find out about a folktale, the island's curse, that states that the island is inhabited by some sort of mysterious entity which can take the appearance of humans to murder them. They still don't go to the police, obviously. Turns out that the folktale is real, and they die. Yeah, okay, so it turns out that the guy can return back to the past every time he dies. It kinda reminds me of ReZero. And that's the plot of the show. Will Shinpei be able to understand what's going on in the island? What are those creatures and what do they want to do? Time manipulation is a subject that has been explored by a lot of anime. Some have done it very successfully, like Steins Gate or ReZero. And then you have Haruhi. Sorry, I'm still salty about this. So what differentiates Summertime Render from the likes of Steins Gate or ReZero? The story takes place in the real world. Whereas Steins Gate uses a sci-fi setting and ReZero uses an isekai setting, Summertime Render has its story take place in the real world. Okay, it does have fantastical elements, but the world feels very much like real. Something that I found very intriguing with the show is how the ability works. So direct comparisons are going to be made with ReZero here because it's the closest show thematically. Okay, let's take an example. We have little Timmy. Timmy wakes up at 9 AM to go play with his friends. So he goes to the park, but unfortunately for him, resident pitbull, Princess, is there. Now, Princess has 44 confirmed kills, so she mauls Timmy to death. Now, if Timmy had the return by death ability from ReZero, he would wake up again at 9 AM. But in Summertime Render, he would wake up at 9:20 AM, and if he dies again to the pitbull, he's going to wake up at 9:40 AM. Basically, every time Shinpei dies in the show, his checkpoint gets moved a bit further. This adds some extra stakes to the show and makes it so some decisions that Shinpei takes are permanent. Now, is this show Anime of the Year contender? No, not really. The show is definitely going to keep you at the edge of your seat for like 2 days, but watching it again, there are definitely some flaws. The characters are a bit one-dimensional. You can immediately tell who is who just by watching the cover art. You have the sidekick, the love interest, the oh my goodness gracious. Also, there is some fan service in the first few episodes that is not present in the later ones, and it's a bit random and out of character for the show. But those flaws are very minuscule, especially when you look at the bigger picture. Cause really, this is a very fun show that incorporates a lot of genres, and you're going to get something out of it. So yeah, it might not be Anime of the Year, but still I think that this is a show that a lot of people can enjoy, so you should give it a watch, I think. By the way, I want to thank all of you for the support on the previous video. I'm still really new at this, I don't really know how to make long videos. Even this one came out at like 5 minutes long. But I've had a lot of fun making both of them and I hope I can make more in the future. So thank you for the support and more videos will be coming out in the future.